Brought to you by Sprint.
And it's time to bring you the halftime report on 2K Sports. A full head of steam for the Grizzlies. They're playing a great brand of basketball. Off to a good start here in the early going of the season, playing above 500. On the Clippers side of things, they're managing to hang around. Their outside scoring is letting them down so far, and without that threat from outside, their offense is bogging down, unable to spread the floor. Kawhi Leonard has stood out in the early going. He's got 8 points. He's been getting it done on both ends of the court. Look at the assists, look at the rebounds. It's all adding up to a great first half. We'll get things going with a look at teams playing later tonight. The Bucks playing at Barclays Center as they go up against the Warriors. A 7:30 Eastern time is tip-off. And the other game that's scheduled later tonight, the Brooklyn Nets will go up against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. That one gets started at 8 Eastern. Thanks so much for stopping on by. Third quarter just around the corner, so let's get on back out to Kevin and the crew.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. Memphis leading by 12. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Jackson in at the point guard. Anderson passes to Valanciunas. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Here's Leonard. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. He kicks to Valanciunas. And he caught the pass and full stride on his way to that big slam.
He can be a little awkward with the ball sometimes when it's in his hands, but not that time.
Why do you think it is we don't see more of those out of him, Steve?
I don't know. I mean, he's certainly got the size. He just lacks the confidence, I think, sometimes near the basket.
Here's Leonard. And he overshot that one, missing.
Such a solid performance for them inside. The rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Here's a look at some stats for Serge Ibaka. Last year getting it done. First in blocks. And he seemed to have a great touch from inside and out. He was in the top 15 in field goal percentage.
And you called attention, Steve, to him being the shot blocks leader in the NBA. I mean, without a doubt, his presence on the low block gave him a dimension that very few teams enjoy. Having a presence there that can throw shots out of there, that's big.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
You know, the defense that time was just content to stay out of the way. I mean, no resistance at all. They let him do exactly what he wanted to right there.
Steve, no one looked too anxious to take him on.
No, you know, guys, I think that speaks to his strength and his agility. I mean, he's not a guy you want to stand in the way of as a defender.
And that'll be Memphis as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies retain possession. At this break in the action, we can show you the teams that had the most rebounds last season. The Clippers third, 5th best the Grizzlies.
These clubs are very similar in that regard. You look at the rebounding numbers, really impressive just how physically dominant they each were in the paint.
And George kicks to Jackson. And there's the pass to Leonard. Outside for Jackson. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And the Grizzlies leading by 14. Back to Jackson. The feed to Anderson. From outside, off the mark. The Clippers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Jackson dishes to Ibaka. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. The open shot from Jackson. Jackson missing again. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Milton. Outside Jackson. Gets it to go from 8 feet. And the Grizzlies lead by 16.
And they've made 3 of their first 4 shots here to start this half.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
You know, all coaches hate defensively when you give up easy points in the paint. inexcusable. So that's the reason for this timeout here.
I think it came down to the fact they were getting beat inside, and that's why the coach called timeout. They were not winning the battle inside.
Leonard, no luck.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities. And that is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
Clippers trail by 16. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Here's Milton. Now Bates finish the block.
That is a quick system. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
Shot to stop the run. Gets it to go. Jackson's got 11.
As long as they keep spraying them from deep, we're going to have ourselves one exciting finish.
Well, it took them a while, but they're finally starting to get some rhythm offensively on the outside.
Lou Williams is checked in for Reggie Jackson. Here's Morant. And counting. 2 points for the chance for one more at the free throw line.
I'll tell you what I love about him. His ability to finish even while absorbing contact. He is so strong. Even with defenders hanging all over, he continues to finish at the basket.
And maybe above all else, we should really mention just what a fantastic setup man he is. So many of their baskets come as a result of one of his assists.
Williams for 3. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside Jackson from the arc. And that one's good. Jackson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, they're going on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively. I thought he'd make that one. I mean, that's his range, and the defense nowhere to be seen.
Defended by Batum. It's Jackson with the drive. And he drops him away off the glass. Jackson's got 8.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Taking advantage of the defense, really pounding it down low.
Batum passes to George. Drains it from beyond the arc.
You know, they've got to be careful not to give a shooter of his caliber open looks like that. 1 or 2 of those are all it takes to really get him going.
Morant. The finger roll finish at the bucket. He's got 20.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
Williams gets a screen from George. Shot off the screen. Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got his 2nd basket.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Here's Milton, and again it's Memphis with the 3.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Los Angeles calls timeout, and the Clippers making a change here. Here's Beverly. He's covered by Anderson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Having a chance here to check out how the Grizzlies ranked in the NBA last season. 2nd in assists, 5th in rebounding, and they were in the top 10 in team blocks. Not elite level, but pretty good nonetheless.
And the key really to that club, in my mind, was the offensive unselfishness. This was a team, as you mentioned, Clark, that finished in the top 5 in assists per game. So it was the fact that they really shared the ball. They had good ball movement and a good plan of attack all season long.
Here's Morant, and another basket for Memphis.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Here's Beverly, defended by Anderson, and that one's good. Beverly.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
There's 1:54 left in the 3rd quarter. Here's the screen. Anderson outside. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
not his forte. I don't really like that shot, and you can tell the defense is just asking him to take it.
And George kicks to Beverly. He's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Now that we have a chance, let's go to the 2K leaderboard and reveal last season's top shot blockers. Serge Ibaka, number 1.
You know, you don't think of a shot blocker being a combination of power and finesse, but in leading the league, that's exactly what he was.
1:32 left in the third. Now, here is George. Defense is right there. Here's the floater.
Yeah, trying to put a little mustard on the hot dog here. That was just convert the shot. Come on.
Valanciunas dishes to Anderson. He passes to Jackson. Backing him down. The Clippers grab the miss. Here's Beverly. 9 points in the game so far. It's off his foot. And it's whistled a kick. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard comes in for George. There's 57 seconds left in the third quarter. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Batum. Batum's got 4 assists now tonight. Feeds to Jackson. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Batum's got his 3rd rebound on the night. The dish to Leonard. And foul's called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
No slowing him down. Just some incredible numbers for Leonard. 15 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
Well, it's no secret. And the more points he can come up with from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing.
And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in.
They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And they're going to have to continue that pace, Clark, because they're down, and anytime you're losing, you've got to take advantage of every offensive opportunity you have.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Los Angeles on D. It's a 16-point game.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Leonard kicks to George. And the shot is good. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Anderson passes to Dang. Ibaka on him. And Anderson kicks to Jones. Stolen away. A pull-up. And no good trying to get that one. Fell through 3/4 of play. Down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. Grizzlies lead by 14. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports.
Friday, November 27th, the Minnesota Timberwolves go up against the Miami Heat. You don't want to miss it.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Grizzlies?
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half is carried right over into the second.
I've been impressed with how well they penetrated tonight, too.
Clippers trail by 14. Zhang is out there with Brooks. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Jones. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. From deep, George, and that is good. George has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Clippers.
I like the way that he has really stayed aggressive from that three-point line after not making a single one before the halftime.
Shooting for Memphis. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Jackson was checked in for James. And so he hits both. Now here's Leonard. Brooks on the double team. Here's Ibaka. And Some contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. And the first one at the line is good. Grizzlies making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Memphis leading by 11. Here's Morant. Rebound by Williams. The Clippers shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Down low. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. Here's what Memphis has lined up on their stage. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. Memphis has gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up.
The Clippers need to do a better job guarding against Jackson.
He's got 8 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, and you'd expect by the end of this game, I'm sure the numbers are going to look even better.
First free throw is good. The Grizzlies making a switch here. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Clippers trail by 12. Leonard dishes to Batum. Back to Leonard. No good. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Earlier they held a 23-point lead. They're playing host to Toronto for the next one. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Gets it to go.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
Outside Williams. Leonard kicks to Williams. And it's blocked. Here's Morant. They'll get another chance. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. That's not as easy as you made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby up.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary for him.
Man.
Oh, you know it. The guy can climb the ladder, can't he?
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Well, he sees something that he doesn't like. I'm not sure what it is, but I think he's going to make some changes here.
I think you've got to make your adjustments pretty quickly like he's doing here. Otherwise, you know, things can get out of hand. So this is a good timeout.
And the Clippers making a change here. Beverly's checked in. Here's Beverly. Stolen by Jackson. From outside the arc. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Third team foul.
Back to Anderson. Here's Morant. The 3-pointer, no good.
Well, most games he can knock it down from deep, but it just isn't there for him in this one.
And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Now you can tell what the crowd thinks about that call.
Yeah, they erupted as soon as the whistle blew.
Outside Jackson takes a 3. That's good. Jackson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Boy, when you get a big man who can shoot from distance like he can, what a huge bonus that is.
Clippers trail by 17. Batum passes to Ibaka. Here's Leonard. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey guys, over that last break, I was able to catch the message the Grizzlies head coach was giving to his team. He told the players, let's put our foot on and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
Left side Ibaka. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
Tough play. He had to fight his way all the way to the rim.
And And the Grizzlies leading by 14. Outside for Jackson. And the Grizzlies take on 2 more.
He's flipped the script here in this half, shooting a much higher percentage from the field.
LA has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the 4th quarter. Williams attacking. And fouled hard that time. They'll get to the line and shoot 2. And here's a quick look at how the Clippers' schedule is shaping up. It's off to Oklahoma City for them after this game, so they have the Thunder to look forward to. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. The first free throw is good. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Los Angeles. And both free throws good for Williams. For Memphis, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Morant, guarded by Jackson. Morant, rebound by Williams. Clippers trail by 14. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, man, he's got so much power.
Morant, guarded by Jackson. The offensive rebound.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Williams attacking. Here's Leonard, and it's sent back by Anderson. And now the Grizzlies, fast break. Here's Morant. And the bucket bounce, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
He's been working some magic out there today, guys. This lead has been largely his making.
Paul George, he's checked in for Lou Williams. And here are the Clippers now, down by 15. They'll be off to Oklahoma City for a meeting with the Thunder after this one. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for home. A nice shot by George.
That's more like it. That's 9 points for him coming off 3-pointers in this half.
Morant, guarded by Jackson. Anderson outside. On deep. Memphis moving it around. The drive by Jackson. Batum with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And Nicholas Batum, the bucket on the assist by Jackson.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Here's Morant. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Jackson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Leonard kicks.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Yeah, that is Showtime stuff right there. Major highlight reel material.
Here's Morant. And puts the rebound. Here's Valanciunas. Right through the D for the left. And the Grizzlies lead by 10.
It's a great play under the boards for him. Now that's the standard that he sets. It seems like all those second chance points, I mean, they're there for him game in, game out.
1:49 left to play here in the 4th. Jackson offline with his 3. Clippers trail by 10. Here's Leonard. Off target at the rim. Here's Milton. He kicks it to Valanciunas. It's stolen by Ibaka. Jackson dishes to Ibaka. Los Angeles with another miss. And the Grizzlies leading by 10. Morant defended by George. To the paint. Valanciunas, good.
And every point they get now puts them one step closer to the W.
If they're not there already, Steve, just a tremendous all-around game of basketball they play.
1:06 left in the 4th quarter. Leonard attacking, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Flying high and throwing down the
does it as well as anyone. Tremendous skill in the air. And they're not finished yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, that's how you close out a game, Steve.
And Batum gets to Leonard. He feeds it to Ibaka. And that one's good.
His shooting has been so good today. He may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Shoots. The Clippers grab the miss. Here's Leonard. He goes in for the dunk.
Kevin, he's in a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
.36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Anderson kicks to Jackson. Here's Morant. From 16 feet away, he cans it. And the Grizzlies lead by 10.
They got to feel pretty good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home floor.
Yeah, and just riding it out here now. I mean, they gave the fans what they wanted.
And the Clippers call time here. They're down by 10. We've got 22 seconds left in the game. Guys, what do you think?
Well, they can call timeouts all they want, but it's not going to do a whole lot of good at this point.
Yeah, this is about done. The writing's on the wall. There's nothing they can do to change this one.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers.
I like the call. I thought the defense was moving there.
Yeah, I think he slid underneath. Good blocking call that trip.
Morris, no good.
You're not doing your team any good forcing a shot like that one.
You know, I agree. He's got to know better than that.
So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long and thanks for joining us as we leave you with the Jordan Player of the Game.